The Boy in the Golden City, Part 2, by Tony College. Once upon a time, in a land of rhyme, filled with the sublime, I saw him. There within a dream, full of heaven's beams, reflecting off crystal streams, I saw him. My dear grandchildren, today I continue my tale. We left off at the table of the king. After dining with a great company of the king's family and servants, the king and I left the palace through the royal courtyard. Flowers seemed to sing at the sight of the king and smile at the sight of me. Strolling to the streams below the king's holy mountain, we came upon a mighty geyser, a rainbow-colored fountain. As the spring sprung from earth, flowing fast and free, even the living waters sang to the king, "All our springs are in thee." Arriving at the streams below, we sat on a beautifully carved bench. I knew inside my soul that whoever made this must have done it by the spirit of the king. I felt no need to speak while sitting there in silence. I watched the waters and felt the warmth of the king's presence and the sun. Flowers dropped their petals as though to bow in reverence. Their petals became flowers of their own and danced before the Holy One. Streams of life with golden hue, filling valleys through and through, mighty rivers climbing mountains, gentle streams and flowing fountains. Everything has its perfect place in this glorious land of grace. We rose and walked along the water as he spoke to me of a coming time. Singing, singing, through the day we're singing, bringing our worship to the King. The wind carried a song to us from courtyards over the hills where craftsmen worked in gold and wood, producing the most beautiful sounding instruments, harps of many tones, trumpets that shone, and masterpieces of percussion that exude harmonious notes when played with skill. When I heard the music, a poem seemed to well up in me from the depths of my heart. The day draws near when all shall see the King in his majesty. With open ear and a heart that's free, serve him for eternity. An invitation to every nation is extended from his heart. To those who rebel, remember this well, from him the scepter won't depart. The king spoke to me with a smile. Samuel, when I put my words in your mouth, you must not fear the face of man. You must speak. I am with you. You, yes you, will be part of the company that prepares the way. Let me show you something. The king stooped to the ground and pressed his hands into the mud at the banks of the river. Bringing 2 handfuls of dirt together, he formed with his fingers the shape of a bird. He breathed upon it, and it came alive in his hand. He blessed it, and it flew from his fingers, singing in the sun. I looked up at him, about to ask how he did it, but my curiosity was satisfied by simply seeing the subtle smile on his shining face. He asked me, "Do you know that the state of your homeland is one of spiritual war? It won't always be that way, but it will be until I come." "Until you come?" I asked. The king replied with a question. "Would you like to see something?" "Yes, your majesty," I said to the king. He placed his hand on my head, and I felt a covering come over me, as though I now knew what it was like to have a father for the first time, a loving protector who delighted in me, believed in me, and expected me to do what was right. Hidden in the shadow of the Father you shall be, abiding in the shelter of the Almighty. Your mouth shall be sharpened as a sacred sword, ready for the Master's use, in service of your Lord. And in the day the King shall come and reign in righteousness, and princes rule over the whole world with his justice. Then you too, as a man, shall be a hiding place, a cover from the tempest, a vessel of my grace. He lifted my head, and I opened my eyes, and my heart saw a vision in the skies. I saw one going out, conquering and to conquer. I saw that death had lost its sting. Now death is dead forever. I saw the humble, hungry tribes accept a proclamation. I saw the fullness of a number caught up from every nation. I saw the ancient gates open to clear the heavenly path. Behold, the King of glory comes, whose throne forever lasts. Behold, he says, he comes to now make all things new. His face is shining like the sun in blinding heavenly hue. It seems as though two worlds collide, the Holy One from heaven, receiving his inheritance and bride. To him the earth is given. The nations bring their treasures to pay homage to the Son, while all creation, every nation, all nature joins as one to confess and to bless the majesty of the King. All the heavens and all the earth of his salvation sing. And it was as though I saw the earth shake and open with violent waters pouring forth, and I felt a wind from heaven descend, sweeping from the north. The place of thy feet is glorious, O eternal God most high. Righteousness and praise for all thy days shall spring from earth to sky. Great is the Lord, greatly to be praised in the city of our God. The joy of all the earth she is, and all the earth applauds. The worthy one, the holy one, now reigns from great Mount Zion. Judah's daughters dance before the throne of Judah's Lion. It was as though there was so much more to see, but the vision faded, and I was once again aware of the glowing grass hugging my feet and the glorious potentate standing in front of me. Dear sir, I said to the king, I have so many questions, but my foremost concern is, well, my strongest desire is to be where you are and serve you. I want to stay here, but I feel as though my visit here won't last much longer. Lord, what would you have me to do? The king put his hand on my shoulder and looked at me. Trust me, he said. Trust in me with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge me, and I will make your paths straight. Trust me and my words. I will be with you, and you will be with me forever. Dear ones, grandchildren, I came back home, and ever since I have longed to see the day when the King comes for us, and he has kept his promise to be with me. All I am and all I have I owe to him, and I love him with all my heart. I live my life in the light of his coming. The coming one shall come, my blessed hope, your blessed hope, our blessed hope.